A tale of expectations. Hello, AshleyHeartTalks fam. Here we go again, the source of failure in relationships. Have you ever wondered why some relationships, despite starting with so much love and promise, end in heartbreak? Well, let me share a story with you. Sit back, because this might just change the way you see relationships forever. Grace and Daniel met at a friend's wedding, locked eyes, and sparks flew instantly. Their love story was like a fairy tale. Grace, a perfectionist and dreamer, had always pictured her perfect soulmate, someone who would meet her every need, anticipate her every thought, and sweep her off her feet every single day. Daniel, on the other hand, was easygoing and kind, but never really one for grand gestures or overly romantic displays. In the beginning, their relationship was blissful. Grace adored Daniel's calm demeanor, and Daniel loved how Grace's passionate energy brought excitement into his life. But as months turned into years, cracks began to show. One Saturday evening, Grace sat on the couch scrolling through Instagram, her feed filled with posts of other couples, elaborate date nights, surprise gifts, and heartwarming captions. She turned to Daniel, who was engrossed in a soccer game. "Do you even love me?" she asked abruptly. Daniel, caught off guard, blinked and said, "Of course I do. Why would you even ask that? Because you never show it. You don't surprise me with flowers, you don't plan romantic dinners, and you don't say the things I want to hear," she replied, her voice breaking. Daniel paused the game, confused. "Grace, I show you I love you every day. I make sure your car is running smoothly. I always cook dinner when you're too tired. I listen to you vent about work for hours. Just because I don't do grand romantic gestures doesn't mean I don't love you." But Grace wasn't convinced. "That's not enough," she whispered, looking away. The real trouble began when Grace started confiding in her best friend, Monica. "I think Daniel isn't trying anymore," she complained one day over coffee. Monica nodded sympathetically. "If he doesn't meet your expectations, maybe he's not the right one for you. You deserve someone who does." Grace began comparing Daniel to the men in Monica's stories, men who seemed to worship their partners in every way Grace wanted. Slowly, she began pulling away, thinking Daniel didn't measure up. On the flip side, Daniel's growing coldness. No matter how much he tried to show his love, it wasn't enough for her. He started spending more time at work, avoiding the growing tension at home. One evening, things finally came to a head. Grace confronted Daniel again, saying, "I feel like I'm in this relationship alone." And for the first time, Daniel spoke his truth. "Grace, I've been trying, but it seems like your expectations are based on someone I'm not. You want me to be a movie-perfect boyfriend, but that's not who I am. I love you in my way, through actions, not theatrics. But maybe that's not enough for you." His words hit Grace hard. For the first time, she realized she had been measuring Daniel against an unrealistic yardstick of expectations. Had been so focused on what he wasn't doing that she failed to see all the ways he was showing his love. But it was too late. Was too strained to recover. They parted ways, each blaming themselves for the failure. So, what really caused Grace and Daniel's relationship to fail? Was it a lack of love? No, it was expectations. Grace expected Daniel to love her in a way that aligned with her ideals, while Daniel expected Grace to appreciate the way he showed love. Neither of them communicated these expectations openly. As the gap between them grew, resentment took over. Moral of the story, expectations are one of the biggest sources of failure in relationships. When you expect your partner to be someone they're not, or when you fail to communicate your needs, you set yourself up for disappointment. Here's the takeaway. Love is not about finding someone who meets every expectation, but about understanding and appreciating the unique way they express their love. Talk to your partner, share your needs, and be open to compromise. And remember, the real measure of love isn't in grand gestures or social media-worthy moments. It's in the small, everyday actions that show they care. The question is, what expectations are you holding onto that might be hurting your relationship? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to AshleyHeartTalks for more stories and relationship insights. Until next time, keep your heart open and your love strong. Ash cares.